Moving on to another 6:30 game on ABC, we have an SEC showdown, Tennessee and Florida. This game, especially, this is always a weird game every single year. And I say that with the caveat of it seems like the past 15 years, 20 years, whatever you want to call it, one team is absolute dog doo-doo, and the other team has a chance for some sort of, before it was the playoffs, it was a BCS bowl or, a really high end bowl game, maybe a SEC championship game, maybe playoffs nowadays. Um, and then the other team's just hot garbage. And we have it again this year, and that's Tennessee is a team that, yes, they still have 3 losses already, but they still have a chance to get a respectable bowl game that will be after Christmas instead of the ones that are 2 weeks before Christmas that nobody watches. Um, Whereas Florida doesn't have a head coach, and they're hot garbage, but they're playing at home at night in the swamp. And Chase, you know how me and you feel about it.
Yeah. Hardest
Tough
place to
place to
play.
play.
No.
Tough place to play. And Tennessee simply just does not win on the road at Florida. So this is a weird one. Tennessee's favored by 3.5 with a 65% chance to win, according to ESPN. So curious your thoughts on this game. I don't think we're going to spend too much time on this one, but curious your thoughts.
Yeah, the last time that Tennessee went down to Florida and won was in 2003.
Wow.
September 20th, 2003. Um, Look, I actually love this Tennessee team. I love Josh Heupel. I think he's got a high-flying offense that is really fun to watch. But this is one of those rivalry games. Like, there's a list of rivalry games, and like this isn't way up there. This is a game where it's just like something weird's always going to happen. It's kind of like the Egg Bowl. Egg Bowl is fun to watch. It might not be one of the most respectable rivalry games out there, but man, like it's something weird's about to happen. I think back to like the Josh Dobbs walk off. No, wait, that might be Georgia. My bad.
That was Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia, never mind. Sorry, apologies. But there's always something weird that's going to happen in these games. But you kind of what to expect from Florida the rest of the season. 101, right? Here you're in class. What you just saw against Ole Miss. They're playing balls to the wall. We have nothing to lose. We're all fighting for a spot because you got to remember it's NIL, it's transfer era. It's like a new head coach comes in with his whole new staff. He can kick everybody else out. If you were not playing up, when that coach is coming in during the offseason, he's going to sit down and watch film from all season, and he's going to be like, this guy needs to go. This guy can stay. This guy needs to go. This guy can stay. DJ Lagway, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Even DJ Lagway.
Especially DJ Lagway.
I'm a huge DJ Lagway fan, too, and I think he's just had a bad season. But anyway, their coach is going to come in. Everybody's fighting for a spot. I think that's the biggest thing is when you're doing that, you've got to play all balls out. You've got to absolutely lay it on the line. You can't let anything up. And so that's what they did this past week against Ole Miss. And I actually got a little nervous. I thought they had already upset them when I saw the halftime graphic. Nearly had a heart attack. Anyway, but that's what they're doing. Because again, every team is extremely good now with the NIL era. Just the coaches are mismanaging them. Florida is a terrific, talented team. They are. They just have not had a great coach to manage them. I think what you're going to see is a really good team absolutely swallow up a ranked team this week. And this isn't 2005 anymore where you can look at rankings and be like, yes, Tennessee is ranked in the top 25. Yes, they shall win. No, it's not that anymore. You just saw NC State beat up Georgia Tech a few weeks ago. It doesn't matter your ranking anymore. Throw them all out at most points. Definitely in a rivalry game. Give me the Gators in the swamp, the toughest place to play in America.
Wow. I knew it had been a while, but since 2003, dude, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad for the Volunteers. If you're a Tennessee fan, let us know down below. Does that hurt? Like, I mean, obviously it does, right? But I mean, is that something that you really think about every year? Right? Like,
If you want another one, it's only been since 2005. There's only been 3 Tennessee wins
in 20 years?
Yeah, like, and that's not
They're
even
3-17.
That's not at Florida. That's not at Knoxville. Like, there's no like designation. It's just 3 wins for Tennessee. They've
They're
all been
3-17 against Florida, and what's their record against Bama in the last 17? 2-17,
well.
whatever it is. Florida's winning this game. You simply cannot have that kind of record and expect to win this type of game. Now, Tennessee should win this game. I mean, there is nothing analytical. There's nothing that you can point to that says that Florida should win this game. DJ Lagway's hot garbage this year. He's turnover prone. He's interception machine. The defense has played okay in spurts. The problem is that he's just been leaning too much on the defense to the point where they get tired, they get overwhelmed, in the second half they just give up. Whereas Tennessee, like, I don't know, man. The more I think about it, the more I want to pick Tennessee. But you simply cannot be 3-17 against a team and expect somebody to pick you to win. Give me the Gators. And I'm with you. Listen, I said this too when they fired Billy and Auburn fired Hugh Freeze and Penn State fired James Franklin, and like all these teams fired their coaches. Those teams are going to play better the rest of the year because they're vying for a roster spot for the following year. Whether it's there or somewhere else, they're trying to get game tape, right? They're trying to earn respect from the fans. They're trying to earn respect from potential assistant coaches. So you're exactly right on that point. And I think that is shown with the Penn State-Indiana game going down to the wire. Florida has brought teams to the wire. They played Georgia really hard, and now Ole Miss on the road. Like, you see this happen. LSU even played Bama tight, right? Like, they couldn't get it done. The score didn't really indicate that because Bama covered the spread, but it was a tight ball game. They played very hard. So that's an interesting point to bring up.
And what I'll say about it too is a lot of people were like, well, how do they get so much better with the interim coaches and stuff? Like, think about Ed O back in the day for LSU and for USC and stuff. What they do best, they come in, they set a mentality for the rest of the season. That's the first thing. The second thing is they simplify everything. Your offensive structure, your defensive structure. They're going to come in as like, we're not, because like also the coach walks out with the playbook, right? What he wants to run. So we're going to take a form of what we've had all season. We're going to simplify it down and make it easier. Where it's like we've got a coach comes in with 100 plays or something like that. Interim might say, hey, you know what? We're gonna look at these 20 and we're gonna do what we do best, right? If our offensive system is run behind this offensive line, we're gonna push the ball that way. We're not gonna throw in these extravagant plays. So I think that's what interims do really well. And most of the time, you get that simplification and also just that like more motivational culture than it is like, hey, we're gonna win all these games. That motivation of like, hey, we're going to go out and play for each other kind of a thing. And it just kind of bands people together, and you see a team culture really form in those final 5, 6, 7 games.
Yeah. Please don't ever do that again. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, we're going to move on from that. That was embarrassing.
Sorry.